In this video, I'm going to compare the Plus and the Lite BlueGhozt to give you guys a little bit more insight as to which one is right for you. So I've got set up here two BlueGhosts. I have the Lite up here and I have the Plus down here, and both of them have our battery saver. And I'm going to show you one feature of the Plus that does give it an edge over the Lite. So the Plus does add your 4 switches here, and they are 2 amps max load. So keep that in mind if you're going to use them for other options. But one option that works really well is to trigger the power saver. Typical build with a Lite with the power saver, you're going to have 3 signals, and you can choose which ones you want to get, where you want to get those signals from. Typically, I'll tell people for a headlight build, you want both turn signals and the DRL. If it's a taillight build, you probably want to tie in your brake light in replacement of one of the turn signals. But the downside is it only gives you 3 triggers to activate the relay from signals on the car, and that might not always be ideal. Well, if you upgrade to a Plus, then you have the ability to use one of your switches to activate. So instead of having to split off your inputs from your DRL, your turn signals, whatever signals you're going to tap into, having to splice them together, tap them off, and go directly into the 3 triggers on the power saver, you can actually just run one switch from the Plus to any one of the 3 switches on the battery saver to activate the battery saver automatically. Any of my builds now, I'm using the combination of the Plus and the battery saver just for the simplicity of it, and it helps to eliminate user error with that B button. You still get that EXT link between the output and the EXT input on the Ghost controller, so the A button does still have a purpose. Now, setting up that in the app is quite simple. All you got to do is pull up the app, go to the lightning bolt page here, and you're going to see your 4 different switches here. Now, in the case of this one here, I've got it going from switch 1 to input 2, and once again, it does not matter which input you go to, but you do want to make note of which switch you're running to. I'm going to go to this drop down here and choose triggered. Now, what that gives me the ability to do is to choose at what points it's going to trigger this 12-volt source. So I can choose if I want it to only activate when my DRL and my turn signals are on, or in most cases, I would just go ahead and leave all of those checked. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that if I go in here into the app and I choose to start a show mode, it's going to automatically click that relay on. When I turn off that show mode, it'll end up clicking it off. Now, remember, there is a delay timer on these, so it does not click off instantly, but it will click off within about 15 seconds, kill that power connection to the battery to stop from power drain. Now, keep in mind on the Plus that there is a ground terminal here, but it is not necessary if you're running ground to this terminal, since the 2 are bridged. But in the event that you are going to load up these switches with 2 amps, you probably do want to go ahead and run that extra ground just to be safe. But if you're going to wire it up to a power saver like I did, you don't need to worry about it.